CrowdStrike has raised its forecast for the year ahead, signaling resilience in demand for the company's portfolio of AI-enabled cybersecurity products. Let's get more from Peter Weed, Senior Analyst in Cybersecurity at Berstein. Peter, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Peter, I think your thesis on CrowdStrike, great company, reliable, but just the stock price too rich for you right now, and you have a hold rating.
Yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating thing given the quality of the business. It's one that has performed very well, and I don't see a reason why that should change looking forward.
What is different about CrowdStrike versus, say, a Palo Alto? What's distinctive about them?
You know, both of them are really good businesses. They target maybe a slightly different buyer. CrowdStrike, if you think about it, they've really emphasized a strong integration of their platform, all working together very seamlessly. The end benefit of that, as you might imagine, as just a user of technology on a daily basis, is that the operational effectiveness of it can be quite high. Palo Alto tends to be much more about a very broad platform and much more like hand-holding for customers that may feel more overwhelmed and have fewer internal resources to get things done. And so they both kind of serve a customer in their own way, I guess.
I see the CEO, George Kurtz, using it sounds a bit military even, this jargon, but he says artificial intelligence is expanding the attack surface. And he says that includes adversarial nations, including China, as a source of threats.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, and one of the areas that, CrowdStrike is really trying to play a leadership role in is as companies are adding AI capabilities that they're exposing both to their employees as well as externally, how do you make sure that those are not exposing, intellectual secrets, exposing financial secrets, or even providing new routes to break into organizations? And obviously, this is all very new, but it is something that is, a top of mind problem for IT and cyber organizations in every large enterprise.
Yeah, Kurt says, I love his Silicon Valley jargon here. He says, just as anyone can use AI to vibe code and become an engineer, anyone can now also vibe hack, becoming a sophisticated adversary. What does he mean by vibe there? Have you come across that expression?
Yeah, it's a funny word, and it really kind of emerged earlier this year, and it has to do with, think about, there's these code tools out there that you can literally just in plain English ask it to do something. Well, as you can imagine, particularly in the, adversaries in this world of hackers, many of those people are maybe not as sophisticated when it comes to using technology. But if you can just ask a piece of code to write something that can attack and take advantage of maybe a security hole in an organization, or emulate somebody's boss and try to make them seem like them.
Wow.
That just creates a massive problem. And AI is enabling in many ways, these criminals and bad people to perhaps be more effective than they were before on trying to break in.
So what kind of customers does CrowdStrike have? I mean, are they big corporations, small and mid-sized?
Yeah, I mean, the CrowdStrike emerged originally selling to large enterprises, but with that kind of very easy to use platform that's well integrated together and being particularly well suited for Windows environments, as you can imagine, it's not just the large enterprises that have that need. They have been really expanding their access through managed security service providers into the small and medium businesses as well, and even have direct purchase ability. Even as an end user, you could go purchase their endpoint security directly from them. And so part of their strength has been going from, say, the 20,000 largest companies in the world. They're getting into the 30 to 40,000 customer range now, which shows that they're able to start to go into the mid and smaller market as a growth vector for the business.
We'd better leave it there. Peter, thank you very much indeed.
Of course. Thank you.
Peter Weed, Senior Analyst in Cybersecurity at Bernstein.